Welcome back to the Datarekha audio guide. I'm Diya.
And I'm Arjun. Today, the unglamorous layer that decides whether your agent is a demo or something you can actually run in production, and why the order you stack it in can quietly corrupt your own audit trail.
So once the agent works, what's left? What's this layer for?
The boring but critical stuff. Logging every call. Blocking PII before it leaves your network. Rate limiting per user. Killing a runaway loop. MEF handles all of that with middleware. Functions that wrap around the agent, running before it sees the input, and after it produces output, without touching the agent's own code.
Give me the picture. How should I see middleware in my head?
Think of transparent sleeves stacked around the call. The request travels inward through each sleeve to reach the agent, and the response travels back out through them. Every sleeve gets to do three things as the request passes: inspect it, modify it, or short-circuit it entirely. Stop it cold and never let it reach the agent. If you've used Express or FastAPI or ASP.NET middleware, this is the exact same idea.
And there are two flavors, right? Because a tool call feels different from a whole agent run.
Two places it runs. Agent middleware wraps each agent.ru end call. That's where auth rate limits, input validation, response logging live. Function middleware wraps each individual tool invocation. For tool-specific guardrails, retries, audit logs on writes. Same structure either way. You get a context object and a next callable. You inspect, optionally mutate, call next to continue the chain. Then inspect the result on the way back out.
Make it concrete. What's the one piece of middleware everybody ends up writing?
A secret scrubber. Imagine a user pastes an API key into the chat. My key is SKABC123. Help me debug. You absolutely do not want that key logged, embedded into a vector store, or echoed back. So the middleware runs a few regexes. Patterns for an OpenAI style key, an AWS access key, a GitHub token, a Slack token. And where it finds one, it replaces it with the literal word redacted before the agent ever sees the message.
So on that sample line, the model receives my key is redacted. Help me debug. The secret's gone before it's anywhere near the LLM.
Exactly that. And for the audit log, it keeps just the first 6 characters, SKABC, and a little ellipsis. So you can later prove a redaction happened without storing the actual secret. Inspect the input, scrub it, then call next.
Hold on though. You said it also scrubs the output. Why would the model produce a secret? You just cook it away on the way in.
Brilliant question. And the answer is the whole belt and suspenders idea. The input scrub stops the model from seeing the user's secret. But a secret can also arrive a completely different way, through a tool result. Say the agent searches your logs, and one of those log lines contains a live key. That key never passed through your input scrubber. So you scrub the output too, on the way back out, as a second net. Defense in depth, and here it costs you almost nothing. It's just one more regex pass.
That's a genuinely non-obvious failure mode. The leak doesn't come from the user. It comes from the data the agent itself pulled in.
And that's exactly why both ends matter. Now the scrubber is one of several you'll write. Logging. Attach business attributes like tenant or A4 variant to every call. Rate limiting. Check Redis for this user's count this minute and reject if they're over. A termination cap. Count the turns and short circuit after N to catch a runaway loop the others missed. A cost guard. Track token spent per user per day and return quota exhausted instead of calling the model.
And function middleware, the 2-level one. What's the killer use there?
Auditing writes. Every time the delete_user tool fires, you write to an immutable log. Timestamp, user ID, tool name, arguments, who approved it. That's the forensic record you will desperately want when someone asks, 6 months later, why was this account deleted?
Okay, now you teased at the top that order matters. Unpack that, because if these are independent sleeves, why would the sequence change anything?
Because they're nested, not independent. like nested function calls. The first one you pass wraps the outermost. The last one sits closest to the agent. And the order changes both correctness and cost. Rule 1. Cheap. Fail-fast middleware goes first. Auth, then rate limiting. If a request is going to be rejected, reject it before you waste cycles running regexes or hitting the model downstream.
That one's intuitive. What's the order mistake that actually bites people?
This is the one to remember. Put your mutating middleware before your logging middleware. Picture it the wrong way round. Logger first, scrubber second. The logger records the raw input, which still contains the secret, and only then does the scrubber clean it. So the model is protected, but your logs now hold that API key forever. Your own audit trail captured the premutation state.
Oh, so the logging middleware that was supposed to be your safety record becomes the thing that leaks the secret permanently. The scrubber has to run first, so the log only ever sees the clean version.
You said it perfectly. The scrubber must mutate the input before the logger sees it. Otherwise, you've built the leak into your compliance record. And rule 3. Keep cost and quota guards close to the agent, because they need an accurate estimate of what's actually about to be called.
There's an irony lurking here, isn't there? This whole layer is meant to make things safer, but it sounds like it can quietly break things too.
It absolutely can. And that's the warning. An overeager scrubber that nukes every $sign breaks legit financial questions. An overeager rate limiter blocks your own support agents. Middleware runs invisibly on every single call. So a bad rule causes bugs that are maddening to trace. Test it with the same rigor as your tools. A unit test for every redaction rule and every rejection condition.
So the one sentence to take away?
Middleware is the stack of sleeves that makes an agent production safe. But stack it wrong. Log before you scrub, and the layer meant to protect you becomes the place your secrets live forever.
Scrub before you log, that's the Datarekha audio guide. See you in the next one.